So this episode was supposed to start off with me putting my winch on and my winch plate from Artec, but my Tahoe has decided to break down in the parking lot of Safeway. So we're gonna go do that and see if it could save us from a large tow bill. At first I was probably like, the battery in the key fob's dead, it's not gonna be a big deal, right? So I go in, I buy a battery, put it in, didn't work. So I don't know what's going on. It's got the feature where if you put it in the cup holder, it'll like detect the key. It's not detecting that either. So I've got a battery tender that has like a jump mode on it. We're gonna try that with the 12-volt plug in the Jeep and see if that works. Watch it detect the key now.
Oh my God.
Shut the f up. You are joking. No shot. Colin gets to rip the 392. All right, have fun. Well, there's a good life lesson in this. Sometimes you just gotta walk away and come back, and then things will just magically fix themselves. Welcome to the world of cars. All right, we got the Tahoe home, we got the Jeep in the garage. It's time to actually do what this episode is about, and it's put the winch on my 392. So let's dive in. You know, I just realized we're getting ready to work on the front end, and I just like ripped this thing down the freeway like 2 times. It's like, dude, put your hand over that right now.
Oh my God.
V8 problems. All right, so we've got the Artec winch plate here. I'm gonna go ahead and open that up, get it all laid out on the table, and then we've got our Factor 55 hook and our Factor 55 fairlead that we're gonna put on just because they're tried and true, and that's what I like. So let's tear in. All right, so we've got our Artec winch plate here, and then we've got this new fascia that goes across here that, because this is just a plastic cover, I've seen a couple people where they'll just like drill holes in this, but it doesn't look good to me, so we're gonna use the Artec one that they provided. It covers that up and looks good, but it comes raw, so I think we're actually gonna spray paint it real quick while we do the rest of the bumper so it has time to cure and everything, and by the time we're done installing that, I'll have a nice black fascia plate, so. Doesn't need much. It's getting etch primed, so it just needs something to stick to a little bit. So just a quick buzz, and we're gonna spray it real quick with etch primer. All right, so if anyone wants to jump down my throat about how I'm preparing this or painting this, it's a fairlead plate, man. It's an off-road rig. It's probably gonna get damaged. I'm just trying to make it look good for a little bit. So if you didn't know what etch primer is, it's actually primer that etches itself into the metal so it holds better. It's not just sitting on the surface. So that's what we're gonna use for this, as opposed to regular primer, which just kind of sits on the surface. So. All right, so now we're gonna actually put the winch plate on, now that we've got that curing over here. And that's gonna cure pretty fast, so we'll probably stop like after we kind of dive into this a little bit, spray it with black. We're gonna take it slow because I want it to come out at least nice for now. We're gonna go ahead and dive into this. So first thing you're gonna do is these bolts along here, along the top, is take out this plate on your bumper. And we're using a T40 Torx. Probably couldn't focus on that, but it's okay. Bolt tray. Keep your bolts safe. Don't lose them. So I actually had a feeling that there was a winch on this to begin with, and there was, because this bumper's been taken off before. You can see it on the nuts. I don't know if you can see it. Can you get in there and see? I mean, it's not a big deal. I just had a feeling. I was like, why didn't I have, like all these things have winches? I actually never even seen an option that you can get without the winch. That's a lie, I've seen like 1 or 2, but really uncommon. And one of the auxiliary switches was connected to something before. Fun fact, this Jeep had a winch on it at one point, and now it doesn't, so. Okay, I actually don't know if this needs to come off, but I'm guessing it needs to come off because it looks like it's gonna be in the way of the winch. So I'm just gonna take this little plastic piece off here. That's just like a little like molding filler piece, so. And these are really hard to get off without like screwing up, by the way. When I took it off my last JL, completely destroyed it. Especially with a 13,500 pound winch, I think it's gonna be too big, but we'll see. You know what's cool about these is they actually have a steel skid plate compared to the other JLs, which is pretty cool. I actually just wanted to share that with you because I thought that was cool. But yeah, it's they actually have steel skid plates. So that is next to take off. And I believe it's a T40 as well. We'll find out in a second. All right, so I was wrong. It's not a T40. It is a 13mm socket. So we're gonna go ahead and get this skid plate off here. Remember, always watch your bolts when they fly away, because if you see where they land, you didn't lose it. Yeah, that's a steel skid plate. Help me, Colin! So just in case you were wondering, that is definitely a steel skid plate. It's heavy. Oh, everyone's gonna call me a wimp for that. This guy can't even catch a steel skid plate. Soft hands, brother, you got soft hands. Obviously, we're not quite there yet. We still have to take the bolts off the bumper to get the bumper off the frame rails, but I'm just gonna remove this wire loom here just so I don't forget, because we don't wanna tear any wires. So just a little Christmas tree clip there, and then just go ahead and push down on this and pull out. So now our bumper is completely disconnected from the vehicle other than the frame rails. So now we're gonna take the bolts out of the frame rails. Before I do that, I'm gonna get a horse set up with a blanket so we don't damage the bumper. You know, it's not a mall crawler, but I just don't want to damage it, okay? So I don't have the sturdiest horses in the world, but at least they're horses. You gotta bring out the big sockets, brother. Woo! I think these are 18s, let me check. Oh, they are in fact 18mm. Pretty easy. It's 4 bolts on each side of the frame rail. I think we got to take off the inner brackets for the winch plate to fit. But again, I'm a man. I don't read instructions. Trial by fire. So let's do it. We have the bumper off. All right. Oh. Whew. Now, just in case you were wondering, that is also a steel bumper. Very heavy. All right, so now that we've got the bumper off, we're gonna jump back to our Fairlead fascia plate thing. I don't know what the name is, but we're gonna paint it because etch primer dries really fast, so we should be good to go. Oh yeah, that's dry. All right, so we're just gonna give it a light scuff with 320, and then, and don't press too hard. You don't want finger marks or anything, so we're just gonna light scuff. Light scuff. We give it a light scuff. Just a little scuffy boy. We're gonna let that sit. We're gonna let it cure up a little bit. Base coat's down. We're gonna get the inside brackets off because I'm 98% sure those have to come off, so. So we're gonna tear into the winch plate now, get that ready to go on the Jeep. All right, so the reason I went with the Artec plate is they're handmade and they're powder coated, so really good quality. All right, so we've got the winch plate unwrapped here. We're gonna go ahead and put it on. You come up from the bottom and you can hook these little bolts into the frame rails. So you'll see. Cool, and you can just let it sit there for a second, so. Quality product from Artec, man, I'll tell you what. All right, we're gonna bounce back to our fascia real quick, get another coat of paint on it, and then start buttoning this up. Black fascia plate, Fairlead plate, whatever you wanna call it. Someone's gonna correct me in the comments, I don't. Actually, it's called a superflux capacitor that was invented in the 1980s. I don't care. Okay, so now, from what I understand, this part of the install all depends on what kind of winch you have. So, we have these spacer plates from Artec that come with the kit. If you need them, you need them. If you don't, you don't. So, what we're gonna do is, we're gonna mock up the winch into the winch plate and see if we have enough clearance. If we don't, we'll put the spacers on. If we do, we'll be fine. We don't need the spacers. So, I'm gonna go ahead and put our bolts in here just to make sure everything is kind of semi-secure. I'll tell you what, man, that spray paint is really doing me in right now. You don't look so good, man. All right, so the big reveal of what winch is going on this vehicle. the Open Road Panther Series 3S winch. Now, originally bought a 12,000 pound winch. You see it right there. But decided to go with a 13,500. So there may be something cool going on with that one over there. We'll keep you guys updated. Oh. All right, so I've heard a lot of good things about these guys lately, and the only thing that I saw that was bad about these was they were getting stuck on, and then I guess it was an issue with the remote, but they have since replaced the remotes with new ones that do not have issues. So, in turn, since that issue, I have actually not heard a single bad thing about this company or about these winches. So, we're gonna give them a shot, see how it goes. That's actually, dude, look at that. It comes with a flat hook. That's really nice.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's really nice. Got your bolts, ground wire. All right, so diving in. It's a little bit of an awkward unboxing here because it's so heavy, but dude, they gave me a hat. Look at that. I get a free hat. Sick. We've got two remotes, like I said, two of their new, nice redesigned remotes. Dude, feel that. That is like, feel that. Right? That's nice. I think these are waterproof too, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but that's nice. And comes with two, so you have a backup. And then you've got your manual remote, which also looks like a new version since the last time I saw this. But yeah, they're stepping it up, man. Cool. And then you've got your fair lead, which, like I said, we're going with factor 55, but it does come with a fair lead, a nice fair lead with, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a nice smooth edge. It's nice. It's not going to cut your synthetic line. And then, of course, we have the winch itself. So let me pull it out of here. Oh, yeah. Oh. So there she is. Comes pre-wired. All you got to do is run your power and your ground up to your battery, and that's it. So if you haven't checked them out, Open Road 4x4 quality products at a really good price. I mean, really good. Comparable to your Badlands, your Smittybilt, all of those guys. So we're gonna get this mocked up in here. All right, let's see if we can line it up here. We'll get it mocked up. So, oh, okay. Well, there's the mock. Dude, look at how low profile that is.
This thing's nice.
That's really nice. So I've got our bolts with our lock washers. Always make sure to put that lock washer on there. And we're gonna see if this lines up with the RTEC plate. Hopefully it does, because that would really suck if it didn't. Bingo. All right, so we're just getting it hand started here, and then we will tighten everything down once we get the bumper back on. So, all right, so now that we got everything dry fit, we're gonna go ahead and cut these off here, and then we are going to get this wired up to the battery. And then Colin thinks to seem that this is gonna make it. I don't know. Oh, you might be right. It might barely make it. Dude, that's cutting it close. Man.
Yeah.
Beautiful, look at that. There's even an open terminal for it. It's almost like they made it like that from Jeep. All right, so the winch is installed. Check it out. We've got in and out. We're gonna leave this out a little bit so we can install our fair lead plate and our fair lead, but we're good to start buttoning everything up. So super easy install. I'm gonna zip tie some of the power wire and the ground wire for the winch up because it's a little too close to the head for me. V8 problems, gets really hot, don't want any issues, but we're good to start buttoning everything back up. So let's do it. All right, so we've got this plate on the front that is gonna be replaced with our RTEC one. So you're just gonna push these little tabs in and remove it, okay? And we're gonna go ahead and put the bumper back on. So our RTEC plate, I'm letting it dry a little bit because we just painted it because it came raw. I wanted it black. As you can see, I got the factor 55 fair lead here. It's gonna go right here. Our RTEC plate is gonna go behind that, and then should be able to put our hook on. But we're gonna get the rest of the bumper buttoned up first before we get ahead of ourselves, and then we'll work on the fair lead and the hook. So. All right, so we're just getting under here, and now that we've gotten everything kind of buttoned up, we're just tightening up our winch bolts. So make sure that's nice and tight because you don't want those coming loose on you when you're winching. All right, so we've got our hardware that came with our Artec Fairlead plate here. We're gonna get that put on, and then next we're gonna do the actual Fairlead. So we've got 2 bolts, 2 lock nuts, and 2 washers for the back. So. Damn, that looks good in black, dude. Yeah, this is like, we're buttoning up here. After this, it's the hook and we're done. So. All right, so we're doing a Factor 55 Ultra hook on here, and to install this, I actually need one of those little C-clamp pliers. I need a pair of those. So we're gonna run to Harbor Freight real quick, and we're gonna get a set of those. So, all right, we've got our snap ring pliers. We're ready to get this hook installed. Let's get back to the garage. All right, so we're back from Harbor Freight. We got our snap ring pliers here, and we're gonna go ahead and take this snap ring out and then take the pin out, put it on, put the snap ring back in, and we're done. So. So there you guys have it. There's episode 1 of the Sherpa 392 build. We've got the winch plate on. We've got our winch on. We're good to go just in case we get stuck at Burning Snowman this year. So stick around, guys. There's a lot more to come. I think we're doing the lift kit next and gears so we can fit the 37s under it. But this is just episode 1, baby. Sherpa Off-Road. We'll see you on the next one.